Margin call, gentlemen. Oh, you can't expect us to...
You know the rules of the exchange, Mr. Duke. All accounts to be settled at the end of the day's trading, without exception.
My God. We're on.
Hi everyone, Silver Joker here. Okay, so today is Friday. It's February the 6th, 2026. Kitco has spot price right at $77 an ounce. And real quickly, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Could you hit that like button? By doing so, you show YouTube that you like this video. So YouTube puts this video where more people can see it. It's a small task for you, but it really does help my channel out a lot. And if you watch this video and you want to see more videos like this one, you might want to consider subscribing, ringing that bell, and you'll be notified as soon as I put out another video. Thank you so much. Let me share with you what a viewer left in the comments on my last video. And they're absolutely right. Even with this massive dip, silver is still way above where most of us bought it. Look, I understand the energy surrounding silver's new reality. You know, the need to do this right. The desire not to let this moment pass you by. I mean, I have thoughts all the time. You know, I've been stacking for so long, I don't want to miss out on an opportunity here. But look, here's the truth. On January 6th, 2026, silver was around $78.54 an ounce. Today, February 6th, silver spot price is around $77 an ounce. After a huge intraday swing, silver dropped below $65 an ounce, but it rebounded. The CME also hiked silver futures margins again because volatility is so daggone nasty right now. I mean, they really don't have a choice. So with this backdrop, let me give you guys 5 reasons why us as physical silver stackers shouldn't even be thinking about selling our physical silver right now. And the first is we're in a whipsaw market. And selling into chaos is very emotional. It makes us question our strategy. It leaves us vulnerable to finesse, getting fleeced. When prices are swinging this hard and exchanges are hiking margins, you know, that's not clear price discovery at all. It's leverage getting shaken out. Okay, so let me talk about what that is. Leverage getting shaken out, margin calls. Let's talk about that a little bit. Okay, so a lot of people in the silver market don't actually own physical silver. They're controlling paper silver with borrowed money. Think futures contracts, margin accounts, leveraged ETFs. I mean, they put a little bit of money up to control a lot of silver. And that works beautifully when prices move kind of calmly and in their favor. But man, it is brutal if it doesn't. Let me give you a visual. Picture it like this. Imagine a bunch of people standing in the bed of a pickup truck. The truck is silver's price. The people are traders. Leverage is how close they are standing to the edge before they fall off. Some folks are sitting down inside the bed. That's physical silver holders. That's you and me. Some are standing near the edge. I mean, that's the light leverage people. And some, buddy, are surfing the tailgate on one foot. That's the heavy leverage people. Now, as we know, the truck is going to hit potholes. It's going to hit big potholes. Some of those potholes are going to hit pretty fast, but some of those potholes are going to hit hard. Those potholes are violent price swings. So who falls off first? I mean, not the people sitting safely in the truck, not the people holding physical silver in their hands, me and you. It's the folks on the edge, the overconfident ones, the ones who borrowed balance instead of building it. When price drop fast, this is what happens. Their broker taps them on the shoulder and says, look, we need some more money here, or we're going to have to sell you out. That's a margin call. If they can't add that cash immediately, their position is sold. They're forced out. There's no choice. These people have no patience for that. They're sold out automatically, often at the worst possible moment. That forced selling pushes prices down even more, which triggers more margin calls, which forces more selling. That cascade is what we call leverage shakeout. That's a leverage shakeout. So what's important about that for us? Well, this selling has nothing to do with silver's value, long-term demand disappearing, or physical holders changing their mind. Demand is still just as strong as it has been. No, it's mechanical, it's automatic, and most importantly, it's emotionless. It's like ejecting weight from a hot air balloon so it doesn't crash. Okay, so here's how this matters to me and you, physical silver holders. When leverage gets shaken out, price lies temporarily. I mean, it looks weak. It feels scary. But importantly, beneath it, the physical market hasn't changed much at all. Look at what it costs to buy physical silver compared to silver spot price. That right there is why exchanges raise margins during volatility. I mean, they're trying to slow the truck down so fewer people fall off. And that's why long-term physical stackers like me and you, we don't do anything during these moments. We don't sell. We definitely don't get emotional over that silver spot price. And we're not on the tailgate. You know, we haven't borrowed a bunch of physical silver ounces. We're not one margin call away from panic, right? We're sitting in the bed of the truck with our seatbelts on, watching people who thought speed was skill learn a hard lesson. So when you hear leverage getting shaken out, look at it like this. The market is flushing out borrowed convictions so the real ownership can remain. That's us. And believe me, that's not a reason to sell physical silver. That's usually the reason why me and you wind up looking like geniuses during this time. All right, so number one took a little longer to explain than I wanted to. So we're going to go through the next ones fairly quickly. Bear with me. So number two, physical silver is insurance. It's not a trade. You don't cancel the policy during the storm. If the world feels unstable, I mean, that's literally the scenario physical metals are built for. Selling because it's uncomfortable defeats the whole reason we stacked in the first place. Number three, and I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. The supply story is still tight underneath the noise. I know this is a little controversial, but the Silver Institute has been tracking multi-year structural deficits. I mean, they projected 2025 as the fifth straight deficit with a large estimated shortfall. That's not the kind of backdrop where I'm eager to hand over my physical silver for fiat. I mean, think about it. Number four, replacement cost is real. If you sell now, can you buy back just as easily later? Even when spot price dips, I mean, premiums and availability and dealer spreads can stay stubborn. If you stack silver at all, you know that. A good sale now can turn into an expensive buy later. I mean, I say this all the time. You can always get fiat with your physical silver. You can always get that. But there may come a time when you can't get physical silver with your fiat. I mean, that's just reality. And number five, and this is the most important one to me, optionality beats locking gains. I mean, your silver gives you choices later, especially if the next opportunity is bigger than today's price. Long-term wealth isn't just how much, it's how many ways. You're buying opportunities with your physical silver. And once you spend that silver for fiat, those opportunities become vastly limited. All right, so let me say this in closing. You know, when you see silver whipping around, when you see charts look violent, when headlines start yelling and people start panicking, I mean, understand what you're actually watching. You're not watching silver fail. You're watching leverage fall off the truck. Borrowed convictions can't survive potholes. Real ownership can. That's why I don't rush to sell physical silver during chaos. Because chaos is when tools prove their worth, right? I don't stack silver for comfort. I stack for moments exactly like this. To sit still when others are forced to move. To stay positioned while paper gets shaken loose. To hold optionality while traders lose choices. This isn't about predicting tomorrow. It's about surviving volatility long enough to recognize opportunity when it finally shows up. And that's the difference between trading for excitement and stacking for seasons. So if you're watching this and you're feeling pressure, just slow down. Just slow down. If you're feeling tempted, just zoom out. Cut that spot price tracking off for a while. And if you're holding physical silver with no debt, no leverage, no margin call hanging over your head, then just sit back and enjoy the show. Watch the spectacle. But remember, the goal isn't a home run. It's never been a home run. Stacking silver isn't the destination. The goal is to win the whole season, to give yourself opportunity, to give yourself choices in the future. That's the whole point of this. So trading your physical silver, your options for fiat is definitely going against why we stack in the first place. And just, we're going to keep the silver train rolling. Just think things through as you're making decisions about your strategy, your stacking strategy, and not be pulled into all of the stuff that's going on around us every day. That's what's important. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Keep stacking. Peace.